It was in this neighborhood in northeast Ark City that the reports started to come in. Burglary calls, people looking at others' cars trying to find maybe any type of loose items that might be left around. Carver says it wasn't just in Midtown where a plaque was stolen. There used to be a plaque right here in the park at Riverside, but now it's stolen too. These two cars are only a small fraction of the vehicles that were involved in this accident. When I first got here, we counted 14 different vehicles in this one small stretch. While many of the main roads have been cleared off, it's when you start to enter into residential neighborhoods and some parking lots, you'll see these roads are still plenty icy. It's no small challenge swimming 100 miles collectively. These kids at North High School are going to try to do it in less than 36 hours, and they're motivated too. They know this is a fundraiser for a very good cause. We're in front of one of the walk-in clinics here in West Wichita. This one behind me has been so busy that they have actually ran out of the rapid tests to detect the flu. They've since received a new order, and that's just in time for business to operate again tomorrow. Farmers across the state have been dealing with the same problem for months, and it isn't getting better.
For substantial rainfall, it's been since October, early October.
Wheat farmers like Derek Zonker say seeing another dry and windy day is the last thing their wheat crop needs.
Ultimately, it will reduce the yield at the end.
The latest drought monitor shows the entire state is dry. The last time it rained on Zonker's crops, it was just a sprinkle.
Being optimistic that we may have got 20 hundredths of moisture out of it.
A new report from a farm service shows that nearly half of the wheat crop is in bad shape and only a small fraction is doing well.
That plant right there, that is not a healthy looking plant.
Many farmers are hoping for now is meaningful rainfall, not only to bust the drought, but turn their wheat crop around.
I'm praying every day.
Several farm fields are left looking barren in spots. Without rainfall soon, there is the possibility the wheat crop, one of the biggest economic drivers in the state, could be a loss.
It's just a guess, really, how much damage could be out here, but the potential is to have significant damage going forward if we don't get some moisture to help some of this stressed wheat recover.
Many farmers are still optimistic that the wheat will be okay. Still, some rainfall sometime soon would go a long way. In Reno County, Bryan Ramsdale, KAKE News. It might look like an empty field, but this is the location of the newest art park in Sedgwick County. Terry Corbett is one of the artists designing the park.
It has to do with natural themes. It's made of natural material. It's in a natural setting.
Renderings show what the project will look like inside Sedgwick County Park. Giant rock sculptures, a field full of buffalo. And this, kindergartner Adeline Hale was quick to say what it looks like.
That kind of looks like the shape of a turtle.
Covering a massive area, this is the spot of what is being called the turtle maze. This is Corbett's design.
And this is the big fin. Oh, I think they're going to love it. Honestly, we've had a really positive reaction to this so far.
Cool.
This is a person taking the picture.
And we're right about here.
You're right there. See, and there's the fin right there, see?
There's no real timetable on when this art park is expected to be finished. Granted, the tortoise here, it should be done sometime before April. And good news for county taxpayers, this project is being funded through private donation.
No taxpayer dollars.
Spending hour upon hour of his time.
We don't even count it anymore. It's become a labor of love, really.
Corbett is excited to see his contribution take shape from land and from above. This aerial shot reveals the design even better. For people that come to the park, like Adeline and her grandpa, a new attraction would be worth seeing.
At least once, yeah.
The art park is in need of donations to be completed.
We don't have the money for the rest of it, but we will. We've got patrons and possibilities, basically.
But hope is still high. Corbett is sure that the money will come in somehow. In Wichita, Bryan Ramsdale, KAKE News. Esmeralda Tovar Contreras calls Hutchinson home.
Oh, yeah.
Her fiancé, who is about to be deployed in the military, and her young daughter live here too. But she didn't come to this country legally.
I was 2 years old.
Her parents brought her here in 1998. She qualifies for a special program for people like her called DACA, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It allows children whose parents came to this country illegally to stay in the United States, but that program could be going away.
That would mean that I would be deported. My biggest worry is my daughter, more than myself.
Attorney Greg Bikey focuses on immigration cases. He says many people think that DACA recipients simply don't file the correct paperwork to stay here.
Not the case at all.
He says many of the people who qualify for DACA need to be sponsored by a family member who is already a citizen to gain residency in the U.S.
In fact, if all we know about someone is that they have DACA, we would assume that they do not have any path towards permanent residence or eventually citizenship at this point.
Tovar Contreras' story was compelling enough to garner national media attention. She appeared on a late-night talk show.
This is Esmeralda, and this is her daughter, Rose.
Her fiancé says Tovar Contreras has become a voice for the over 700,000 other DACA recipients, some of whom are too scared to voice their concerns.
Now she's a role model. She's a hero to these people who are, afraid to speak because, there is that fear, and she's really brave for doing this.